Hi there and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Allie and today I'm going to be bringing you with me on a little bit of a shop with me at Hobby Lobby just to see what's new there during this spring to summer transition. And then I'll take you back to my home where I'm going to share with you the items that I purchased, just a few small items, not a huge haul at all, but just to show you that you don't have to spend a lot of money and that a few carefully selected items can go a really long way when updating your home to reflect the seasons that we're in or to help transition from one season to another to give your home just a nice seasonal update. Then we'll head into the kitchen where I'm going to share with you one of my favorite recipes for this time of year, and that is a fresh, healthy, delicious pesto recipe. We put pesto on everything from pastas to salads to sandwiches. It's one of my favorites for the season, and I think that you'll love it. If you like videos like this, don't forget to hit subscribe so that you don't miss a new video that I put out. And make sure you tick that bell off so that you get notified every time I make a new video. And drop me a comment, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you think. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so right when I walked through the door, I immediately noticed these really cute wooden risers, and I saw the price tag on them, and I knew that this was going to be a good shop with me at Hobby Lobby. They actually have tons of stuff on sale right now, and these guys are really good to pop a candle on or just a little salt and pepper shakers in your kitchen. Overall, really good find. This is their Market Square line, and this wasn't on sale right now, but I just wanted to show it to you because it's really cute for spring and summer entertaining. And these in particular, these napkin rings, I will go back when these go 50% off and probably scoop a dozen or so of these guys. But you can see they have eucalyptus and just really pretty greenery that you can use while entertaining. Moving over now to the wall decor, which was all 50% off right now, by the way. And they had tons and tons of really cute pieces like these vintage mushroom tapestries. I feel like these would look really cute in a kitchen somewhere. Then I started seeing all of these really pretty floral pieces that are framed. So a lot of these are wooden framed. Then they have their landscape pieces. They've got a lot of those moody pieces in that are in right now. And look at these prices. $7.49 for some of these framed pieces. These darker ones were a little bit more pricey. I think they were around $30, $29, but even so, 50% off, those are a steal. I actually have this one in particular, but I just wanted to show it to you because it's 50% off right now. And it's in our covered porch, actually, hanging over our console. They also had 50% off right now on all of their storage items. So these pieces right here that you can use for a nice spring cleaning. Then I came over to this area and I love the vibe of this area, and I feel like something like this vintage wall panel is a really good way to bring a mood into your house without having to go all out and paint a whole room. But pieces like these would look really nice in a powder room, a bathroom, on a kitchen, or a wall that you need in a kitchen. And then I found my way over to this candle section and I fell in love with these really adorable taper candle holders. And they were having a really good sale on these guys right now. They had a few of them in different textures. These would look really cute on like a nightstand or just in a corner again of your kitchen on a counter. And I just really love the design of these guys. Something like this would look really pretty, buying one or two sets of these guys and running them down the center of a dining table. I feel like they would add a really elegant look and feel if you add some taper candles in there, and you really can't go wrong with these prices. Heading over to their mirror section, and I'm in the market right now for a mirror, so I was really excited to see that they have 50% off right now on every single mirror in store and online. And you can see these prices, $17.99 for a really pretty mirror. The space that I'm looking for, which I'll show you later in the video, this detail would look really nice. I'm not crazy about the size. It's a little too small for what I need. And then I kind of thought about grabbing a few of these just because the prices are so good and kind of stacking them on the wall, like one on top of the other. But there were so many choices there. So if you're in need for like a bathroom mirror or a mirror above a vanity in a powder room or something like that, I would definitely head over there now because they have tons and tons of mirrors in stock. Again, it's just really, really great prices. Also on sale right now for 50% off are all of their trays. So if you are in the market for a tray like this would look really good on a large kitchen island, and you can add like a really tall vase and just bring some height to it. I love trays because they give a space a collected kind of feel. So if you've got some miscellaneous items, or you just want to tie some items together and make a grouping, go over to Hobby Lobby and grab yourself some of these trays right now. Again, these would look great on a dining table or on a console, really anywhere that you just want to add another layer and just elevate that particular space. Then I found my way back to another section of these wall hangings just because I thought these were so cute and charming. These pressed flowers in the glass frames, I feel like would look really nice, again, maybe in a kitchen or in the corner of a powder room. So many great options there right now to check out. And then I headed over to the vase section where they have all their vases, all their vessels, and I could not believe the selection that was here. And it's so hard in Hobby Lobby because they have so many good choices. It's really hard, especially on a 50% off day, to not walk out of there with tons and tons of pieces. But you have to kind of discern what you're doing, because if you're not careful, you can kind of have your house looking like a Hobby Lobby display, right? It'll kind of look like Hobby Lobby just threw up all over your space. So I like to try to find one or two key pieces in different categories or sections of the store and then bring them home and style them along with my already existing decor. But if you are in the need for vessels and vases right now, I would head straight over there, because look at these pieces. All of these ceramic jugs, these olive type jugs with handles, all of these pieces are on sale, and you guys, they have them in tons of different sizes, tons of different colors. So whether you're going for like a darker feel or a lighter feel, you have so many things to choose from. This is a little knockoff, a dupe of that Minka textured vase that Anthropologie sells. I have the larger guy. You could grab a smaller one, again, for a bathroom, or you can even use it on a kitchen counter to hold your wooden spoons and things like that. It's just a stylish way to elevate your space. But look at the finishes, even the aged type of finishes on these pieces. So this one, $61.99, it's 50% off of that. So you can scoop that guy for around $30. And I just really love the finishes on them. It looks like these pieces were thrifted. They look antique, they look vintage. And again, you really can't go wrong with these prices. You can get this one for only $20. And it was really so hard to choose from all the pieces in here. And then you guys, I knew I smelt fall, and I could not leave here without giving you a preview of what's to come. My channel is actually fairly new, so I haven't gone a full year, but you will find out very shortly that I'm obsessed with this season of fall, and I cannot wait to show you videos on just all the inspiration and the decor and everything that fall has to bring. But this is just a quick preview of what Hobby Lobby is starting to stock their shelves with, their floral section. I have a feeling it's going to be a really good season. All right, so I'm going to share with you the first thing that I brought home, and that is one of the art pieces, one of the wall hangings. So this is a really pretty, beautiful, actually, wall piece that they had on sale, and it was only $5. $5.99 marked down. Look at the size of it. I mean, you could see the size of it next to me, obviously. It's a pretty big piece. So this would look really good on a wall. If you have a wall that you want to you need a little bit of a pop of neutral kind of color, just to add a little bit of style to a space. Or you can even lean this on a console table up against a mirror or something. The reason why I like it so much, this particular one, is because it brings that moody element that is so popular right now without darkening things up too much. So I like that the frame is still a really nice light wood. I really like that the colors in the picture are still bright enough, but then you have like the moodiness of the florals there. So you've got some black in here, you have really dark browns, and a lot of these dark browns that were in several years ago are coming back in now. So I thought this was a really good way and crazy inexpensive way to bring those elements into the home while on a very tight budget. $5.99, can't beat that. The next thing that I got that you might remember from the shop with me is this little guy right here. And he's not a vase, even though it kind of seems like it's a vase. It's actually not a vase. What this is a taper candle holder. So I brought a taper here just to kind of show you. I have these battery operated tapers and candles, and I'll link it for you. I use these all around the house, and it just adds a really soft, pretty light, and they are operated by remote control. But in this case, you also have the option to press this on and press it off. There we go. Press it on and press it off really easily. But look at how cute this is. Typically when I think about taper candle holders, I think long, skinny, which a lot of times is great. A lot of times you might need or want that kind of profile depending on what kind of space you're styling. But sometimes you still want the effect of a taper candle holder without a long and skinny base. Or maybe you don't have a long and skinny base. A lot of times those things tend to be a little bit more pricey, but this, $3.74. Sorry, it's upside down, at Hobby Lobby. Another reason why I love this is because it's wood. So you actually probably wouldn't be able to tell that it's wood because it does have an aged sort of ceramic type feel to it, but it's actually solid wood, has a really nice texture to it. It has almost like an aged finish, like this looks like a wash to it. Looks like a thrifted ceramic piece, one of those old pieces that go for a lot of money right now, but is actually very inexpensive. And again, just a really nice way to update a console table or a coffee table. Maybe you can add this on top of a stack of books, on top of a coffee table. You can put this on your nightstand next to your bed. However you use it, $3.74 is a sweet deal, and you really can't go wrong. Okay, so this next item I got, I'm very, very excited about. Hobby Lobby, as you saw from my shop with me portion of the video, had tons and tons of beautiful ceramic vases. And a lot of the style that you're seeing right now that are more high-end, like in the Pottery Barns or McGee & Co., or a lot of those websites that are really expensive, you can find great dupes in the Hobby Lobby pottery section. And I want to note that this is like towards the corner side of the store. So if you're looking in the middle, sometimes they have some vases and things like that, and you might think that that's all they offer, but go toward the side of the store. In my case, in my store, it was when you walk in Hobby Lobby, it is all the way to the right in that corner, like up against the wall. And that's where they just have like a wall, 2 walls full of these vases. So I found this guy right here and I just absolutely love it. It was on sale. Again, it was 50% off. So I want to say this was $25.99. I have to go back and look at my shop with me portion because I took the tag off. But again, these old style pottery pieces, these sort of worn, aged looking pieces that you're seeing everywhere, the jug style with the handles here on either side, these go for upwards of $100, sometimes even $200 for a vase like this. And it's low profile. I like the shape of it. I like that it's sort of low. Definitely looks like it could have been thrifted, could have been ordered from one of those high-end sites. And you can use this in a lot of places in your home. You can use this, again, on a nightstand. You can use this in the center of a coffee table or a little bit off center if you've got some other pieces here. You can layer this with other vases, preferably ones that are taller. So you have different dimensions, right? You have different heights and then different depths. I'm going to try this in front of the larger vase that's on our coffee table, and I'm just gonna pop some sprigs in it that I already have, sprigs that I got on Amazon that are just nice, neutral, springy kind of berry pods, and I'm gonna link those for you also. Place this on a console table. You can place this on a kitchen counter. Really anywhere that you put this guy, you really can't go wrong. It can stand on its own as a statement piece, or again, you can layer it in with other pieces. But either way, run to Hobby Lobby right now if you're watching this fairly recently after I published, because that's when they have 50% off of all these items. All right, so this last piece I got was a little bit more of a splurge for me, even though it was 50% off. And it was a piece that I needed though, however. It was a piece that was a necessity for me. I had been looking for a piece like this for a while, and when I saw it, I absolutely just had to grab it. You can probably remember from the shop with me portion, it's this beautiful mirror right here. And I really just love the shape and style of this mirror. So we have this space in our house. It's a small strip in between 2 doors, in between our laundry room and our pantry. And it's also on the way out the door because we tend to go out the garage door. That's where it is. And I really was just looking for the longest time for a mirror that would fit this space. I didn't want to go for anything too small because I really wanted something with a little bit of length so that you can kind of do not just a face check, but you know, like an upper body check on your way out the door. But I also didn't want a full length because we have a drop zone right behind it. And I know with my son in particular, I could just see him accidentally, you know, kind of knocking into it and hurting himself because it is kind of a tight hallway. So I found this again at Hobby Lobby and I knew that it was just the perfect piece to put there. I really like that it has a decorative element to it and that it's not just a plain, you know, boxed mirror. This one has a design to it. It was on sale, 50% off. So it would have been $59.99, but again, it was 50% off. So I think with tax, I paid just over $30 for it, which again, really not bad for something that is sleek and functional for me and something that I was looking for to serve a purpose in my home, but also bring an element of style. So we're taking a little break here to have ourselves a nice little snack or a lunch rather. I'm going out to my tower garden because I'm going to make some fresh pesto with all of this fresh basil that I have. So I'm just taking a bunch of large sprigs of basil, and it always feels like spring and summer to me when I can start growing fresh basil and just get like a nice bunch of it to go make a nice fresh batch of pesto. I have some inside too, and I wanted to show you a close-up of how you actually cut basil to help it to keep on growing. So you want to find an area of the stem where there are 2 large leaves underneath it, and then you can go ahead and cut the stem above it. So ensuring that you have 2 large leaves underneath it means that it will keep growing and growing and growing so that you'll have it all season long. And now we're headed into the kitchen, and this is that huge batch of fresh basil that I harvested. I wish you could smell it right now. It smells so good, and it's the perfect amount that I needed to make a nice little jar of pesto. And then these are pine nuts. Pine nuts have tons of health benefits. They're known as the king of nuts. They are expensive, so I get mine from Costco, but you can actually get yours online. I put a link for Amazon if you don't have a Costco membership. They are worth it if you're going to make a nice pesto because, again, they're loaded with health benefits, really good for you, and just really delicious. I like to use a simple pesto, so the only thing I really add other than the basil and the pine nuts are some fresh garlic. I add a little bit of olive oil, and my father actually got this batch of olive oil sent to him from Italy, so it's imported, it's very delicious, it's very rich, and just really elevates the entire dish. And then I just add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And because mine is pretty clean, it's very fresh tasting and it's Whole30 friendly, which I love. And we like to put pesto on so many different things. And I'm going to show you today one of my favorite summer sandwiches. I call this my Slammin summer sandwich because it is so satisfying and delicious, and it doesn't make you feel weighed down after you eat it. It just tastes like a nice light lunch. So I just gently rinsed the basil off and I added it to the blender after I patted it dry. And then I'm adding just enough olive oil to allow it to blend. I like my pesto thicker. I don't like it on the runnier, waterier side. So I just add enough olive oil so that it can, you know, come down to a nice consistency. And you can always add more versus trying to have to take it out later. So then I'm just gonna smash my garlic. And when you hit the garlic on the side of a knife like that, it makes the skin really easy to peel. So toss my garlic cloves in there. I'm adding about 1.5 teaspoons of sea salt, and then a few turns of that fresh ground pepper. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend it up. This blends up pretty quickly. Again, there's really nothing fancy here. And you can, if you have a Vitamix, it blends super easy. You can take a break in between and just scrape down the side so that you make sure that you get all those bits in there, and use the insert there to sort of stir it around and make sure that you get all those bits done. You want to taste it, and I was super happy with it. So I decided to make a sandwich, and I love to have a nice piece of crunchy romaine on the sandwich. So back out to the tower garden just to collect a couple pieces of that romaine to give the sandwich a really nice crunch. And the type of sandwich that I'm going to be making, like I said, I call it my Slammin summer sandwich. I use gluten-free bread. We have a local vendor here that always shows up at the farmer's market, and he makes delicious gluten-free bread. You really wouldn't even know it were gluten-free if I didn't tell you. It slices like regular bread. It toasts like regular bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice up 2 pieces and just pop them into the toaster. And while those are toasting, I'm going to get my other ingredients set up. So I've got, of course, that delicious batch of pesto that we just whipped up. I have some Primal Kitchen mayonnaise over there. And then this is leftovers from our dinner the night before. It is chicken cutlets, super easy to make. And what I like to do with my chicken cutlets is instead of using regular breading, because we're mostly gluten-free, I found something called Cauli Crunch. And it really is just a cauliflower crust that you can use like traditional breadcrumbs when you're dipping your chicken first in an egg and then a breadcrumb mix. And then I bake my chicken in the oven to make it a little bit healthier. So you can see here my toast came out, and the first thing I did is put a nice little layer of mayonnaise. And now I'm adding the pesto to the bread. So I love, love, love mixing pesto and mayonnaise. It just has such a nice flavor to it. Again, totally reminds me of summer and just adds the perfect texture to the sandwich. So I'm slicing up some avocado to add more health benefits to the sandwich. And also avocado just brings such a creamy, fresh taste to the sandwich. So I'm just slicing those up and adding them onto my bread. And then I'm just going to add some romaine. And I'm going to then add my piece of chicken on there. This is a pretty big sandwich, so I'm going to cut it in half and give half to my husband. But this is such a delicious, delicious sandwich for summertime. Again, doesn't feel super heavy or anything like that. It has all the elements. It's got the crunch, and I just love all the fresh ingredients in it. And you can see the layers right there. So good. The only thing it's probably missing, you might be thinking, is a nice slice of fresh tomato, and I didn't have any on hand. But if you're going to make this at home and you want to add a little bit more, elevate that sandwich a little bit more, you can add some fresh sliced tomato to it. But you can see it is so delicious. Again, those layers there, it's cold. I did not reheat the chicken, so it's nice and cold and refreshing. And you can see Greg in the background there, he's working, but he has the other half of that sandwich. And we were both raving about it because it is so, so good. So that's it for this one. I really hope that you liked it. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know which item was your favorite. And definitely make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that you tick off that bell so that you get notified every time I drop a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.